trading at its best.
So welcome to the Forex Weekly webinar today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Mike Swanson, and this is my company, TradeWest Forex. And we've been helping traders cross that bridge to becoming a successful full-time trader for about 5 years now, and I've been personally trading for 10 years. So, we've helped thousands of traders better understand the markets, and recently we've put an emphasis on risk management, and we've had some pretty amazing results over the years. And so, that's just a little bit about the company. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, so let's just jump right into what today's lesson is going to be about. How to turn a losing system into a winner. Okay, I did another webinar earlier this week at an event where there was other presenters. So if you've attended that one, this one's going to be pretty much very similar, but it's really exciting to talk about because, turning a losing system into a winner is a concept that not very many people have explored. And I really like it because it makes it so you don't have to have a perfect trading strategy. You can take whatever you have and come in and apply some different principles, leave your entry, your exits all the same, just change the way you manage the trades. And I'm going to explain how that all works today. But before we can do that, we're going to go over a few important points that you have to know and understand to know how it works. I think it's really important to understand how something works before you trade it. So I want to ask you guys a quick question. If you win 90% of your trades, will you make a profit? Just go ahead and you can type in the chat if you'd like. Let me know your thoughts on that. Got a couple of you saying yes, a couple saying no, depends on your risk, maybe. Okay, let me show you how this works. Let's say you win 9 trades at 10 pips each, and then let's say you lose 1 trade at 100 pips. Okay, that's going to give you a net pip result of a loss. You're going to have a loss of 10 pips. All we did was took 9 times 10 minus 1 times 100. And that shows it didn't matter that you won 90% of your trades. You could still end up with a loss in pips. So you can see that pips might be negative. However, we still don't know if you made money or not, right? You can still make money whether you lose pips or win pips. So let me ask you another question. How important are pips then? What does it mean to lose 10 pips? Well, a pip by itself doesn't really mean anything. Your trading size, your lot size plays a big part. And you need to know the lot size that was used to be able to determine your profit in dollars on the trade. Okay, so now there's a little bit of math involved to answer this question, so stick with me here. Here's this example again of minus 10 pips from all those trades. Let's see what happens when you apply lot size to this. Okay, let's say those 9 trades, you took each of them with 2 mini lots. And then let's say that 1 trade that you lost, you took it with 1 mini lot. Now, you're going to actually show a net profit of $80, even though you lost pips. And all we did here was we took our 90 pips that we won, times it by $2, because you've got 2 mini lots on, and then we subtracted 100 pips times $1 because you have 1 mini lot on. Does that make sense? A lot of people don't realize that you can be losing pips but making a profit. It all depends on what your lot sizes are. Now, let me show you another example because it doesn't always mean that making pips makes you money, because you can even make pips and lose money. Let me show you an example of that. Okay, so here's an example of how making pips doesn't mean you actually make money. Okay, let's say you win 5 trades this time at 30 pips, and then let's say you lose 5 trades at 20 pips. Okay, that's going to give you a net pip result of 50 pips. We took 5 times 30 minus 5 times 20, and that gives you a 50 pip gain. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, that's great. If I make 50 pips a week or 50 pips a day or whatever, you set these goals in pips, you think that that's going to make you money. That's not always the case. Okay, let's do the same thing. Let's apply lot size to these trades. Let's say each of those 5 trades at 30 pips were 2 mini lots on them each. And then let's say on your losing trades you had 4 mini lots on those. Okay, the net profit now is minus $100. 150 times 2 minus 100 times 4. Follow me on this, guys? Made pips but lost money. So all I'm trying to do here is prove the simple point that pips, if you make them or lose them, has really no effect on whether you made or lost money without understanding how the lot size component works and affects things. So now that you understand that, let's make sure everybody's still with me, and I don't need to explain that anymore. Is that all making sense? Do these examples show that how important the lot size part is? Okay, got a bunch of yeses. Okay, so let's just recap really quick then. A high winning rate doesn't mean you will make money. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make money. And making a lot of pips doesn't mean that you're going to make money. We've proven both of those points with those couple examples. So what is the key then to making money in trading? Well, it's timing your risk. Okay, and this is where I'm going to talk a little bit about money management and risk hero that we've been talking about in the last couple weeks, and so I'm going to show you how all this works with a little more detail like I've promised in last week's training. Okay, so here is your typical risk timing. I've just shown you a chart here. Let's say you took a short position here, okay, and you'd make a profit. What most traders are going to do at this point, if they get a new signal to go in, they're going to increase their trade size. Whether it was because their balance went up a little bit or maybe they're confident in their trading, most traders are going to increase the trade size on that position. Okay, now let's say, sure, you made another profit, great. Well, now you're over here deciding you're going to take another trade, and most traders, again, they're making money, things are going up, they're going to increase their trade size. Now, obviously, you can see what happened here. Buying was a very, very bad thing, but the point is, when you keep increasing your trade size after profits, that's going to result in a big loss, because by the time you get to this trade, you have even more risk, and it's going to probably wipe out all your profits. And you guys probably see this every day or very frequently when you have losses, they exceed your gains because of this very concept right here. Well, let's show you now a successful way to time your risk. Let's take the same example. Let's say you went short here, you made a profit. We get over here, and most people are going to increase their trade size. That's fine. We can do that. You make a profit here, but over here, what if you knew there was maybe some patterns in your trading, or there was something that you could do about this before you were going to take a loss, to where you could decrease your trade size before it even happened, or if you could go the other direction on your own trade, if you could invert that trade. Okay, like a broker would do. If they know you're on a pattern that you're about to lose, or they know overall you're a losing trader, they're going to take the opposite side of your trade. Well, why not do that yourself? Why not just realize that this is going to happen, and instead of going in that direction, flip your trade, go the other direction, and that would result in a profit, or if you had decreased the trade size, it'd be a smaller loss, right? That would be extremely valuable, right? Like I've showed you, the pips that you make or gain, gain or lose, doesn't really matter. It's what is your trading size going to be. If on this trade right here you could substantially decrease it or flip the trade, that's going to save you from wiping out all your previous gains. Okay, so I've spent a lot of time building systems and algorithms to try and overcome these problems, because every trader goes through it. Every trader has losses that usually wipe out a lot of their gains. Okay, so now I've kind of showed you, what the effect that risk timing can have. But let's go into some more examples and show you, some actual trading track records using the same concept that I've just showed you. Okay, so here is a risk timing example. The blue line represents your typical system, or whatever trading system you had before you applied risk timing. Okay, and what you can see happens here is the orange line is when you apply timing. You'll see that it's clearly making a lot more money on this particular system. And the way it's able to do that is you can see these periods where you're in a winning streak. For example, right here, the original system that money management you're using was going up, but by using a timing factor, it was able to go more aggressive and make more profit. You can see how that's steeper, right? So it's able to capitalize on your winning streaks by increasing your risk or your lot sizes on the positions. That's one way it can help. The next thing it can do is when you go into a losing streak or when you're in a drawdown, it can start to cut back the lot sizes so that you'll have a smaller loss. Okay, I mean, you can see that happening right here. It might be kind of hard to see on this track record because there's not a whole lot of losses in it. But it starts off following it, but then look, the original kept losing, where this one kind of flattened out. Do you see that? So right there, it just cut the losses back. And then when you got back on track, look at that huge gain compared to the without the timing. Okay, so this is just one example. You know, I want to point out though, when it gets up here and you see this steep drawdown, this isn't as big as you actually think. Proportionally, it's almost the same. The reason it looks bigger is because look how much more of a gain you have. The chart's showing 330% up here, but proportionally, like I say, it's the same. It's just when you overlap them, that's the way it looks. Okay, so let's go on to another example now. Let's show you how to turn a losing system into a winner. Like I promised, I'd show you how that's possible. Well, here's a perfect example. Okay, the blue line again is your normal trading system. Okay, you just keep your system exactly the way it is. Start trading it, but the orange line would time your lot sizes differently. It would say, hey, let's not go so aggressive right here during this period. And in fact, it even made a little bit of profit on one of those losing trades by inverting it, and you can clearly see it saved you from going into that 10% drawdown. You were still, you know, bail back where you started before the drawdown. And then, you know, it kind of flat. It was flat there for a while because it could see you were trading really, really recklessly. You could see this system was just going up and down a lot. And then it eventually gets to a point where it's recognized your pattern, and it said, hey, let's start inverting the trades. So it makes a profit right there instead of a loss. Again, another profit. So at the end of the day, when you're down here losing 15%, it's made almost 15% by inverting the trades and reducing the losses. Does that make sense? Okay, so the idea is not always will we increase the lot size after we lose. We might actually just completely flip the trade around. Or we might decrease the lot size after a loss. That's what it was doing over here. After a loss, it was decreasing lots. And that's what helped to prevent further losses. So it's much different than your typical martingale systems and all that. Has nothing to do with that at all. Completely different. I mean, we had to make it cover a lot of different styles of trading systems. And so I'll show you the tool here in a minute if you guys haven't seen it already. I'll show you. We've got it released now. The update's out, brand new, ready to go. But it has an automatic optimizer that based on your track record, it's going to determine the best settings to use and show you what's possible. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how to set it up. Okay, you've got to keep your original strategy or trading account separate from where you're going to do the risk timing strategy. Okay, so we use a separate trading account for that. And then I like to point out that we want to try and use a demo for your trading your existing strategies. Stop trading them on live accounts. Put it on a demo, and then on your live account, you're going to do the risk timing. So that's where you'll get all the benefits of, you know, running Risk Hero or timing your risk differently. So try and set up your demo for your robots you have running right now or your manual trading, and then just what you're going to do here is you're going to have that separate account for the risk timing or for Risk Hero, and that's what's going to allow it to invert trades, to go the other direction when it thinks you're on a losing streak. And that's what's going to allow it to increase or decrease the lot size without affecting your current trading strategy. This is really important. We can't do this on one account because it would mess up your strategy. So put your normal trading, like I say, on a demo, whatever you're doing now, flip it over to a demo. And then on your live account, or if you want to try testing this out on a demo, that's where you'll set up your you're going to mirror your trades. Okay. And I'll talk about Risk Hero. That's something that can automatically do all of this. Risk Hero it's a risk management feature in our trading tool Informer. Most of you have probably got this downloaded, but if not, I'll give you the link here in a minute. But what this tool does is it mirrors trades from one account to another. And what we've done is actually we've built a simulator in to, so like I say, you can go and run it, and before you even start trading it on your account, you can see what it would have been able to do, before you start risking any money on it. Okay, but it's going to mirror trades from one account to another. It's going to automatically copy the trades from one, put it on the other, but it's going to use a different lot size. Okay, so there's no need to adjust your current trading strategy. It's going to make it so you can do the inverted trades like a broker would do to you if you were losing. And then it's going to automatically time when to increase and decrease your risk or to invert that trade. And that's the most important part. It's such a simple approach, but if you use a really strong algorithm like I've built in to recognize different patterns and losing and winning streaks of your strategies, then you can actually turn a losing system into a winner. So let me show you an example of that. Let's first just show you how you can take winning systems and improve them. So let's say you have a euro-dollar, you sell a half a lot, and this would be on your master account. Like I say, you're going to have like a demo or an account where all your trades take place, just as like a dummy account. We call it a master. So it can tell your other accounts, which could be live accounts or demos as well, but they're going to use the risk hero formula or the risk timing approach. Okay, so if we sold a half a lot here, down here it might say to sell a little bit more, 0.6, and this one might go to 1.5. This can be multiple brokerages. They don't have to be the same broker, and they can be different balances and everything. It'll figure all of that out for you. But each of these could take a different lot size. Now, this exact trade, let's say, takes 50 pip gain with $250 profit. That exact gain of 50 pips results in more profit on each of these accounts because of the lot size adjustment. You see that? Same pip gain, but more profit on the accounts. Now, let's show you turning a loss into a profit. Okay, if you want to turn a losing trade into a profit, let me show you an example of how it's going to do that. Let's say you have a sell trade of a half a lot on your master. This is your typical system doing its trading, and Risk Hero is going to go analyze those trades and realize, hey, you're on a losing streak, or it predicts you may have a loss. So it might say, hey, let's not sell, let's buy, and maybe it'll say let's go a little more conservative on the lot size. Okay, so each of these accounts go and buy, depending on their balance and the situation, it determines the lots. And of course, when this one takes a 60 pip loss up here and a $300 loss, this one is going to make 58 pips. When you take the spread out, we'll say 2 pips, and that's going to result in a gain of $116 and a gain on every one of these accounts. Pretty straightforward. I think now that I've explained all the basics of how important lot size is and how it all works, this should all be, flowing right through and just making perfect sense. Am I right? I mean, at first it probably didn't make sense when I said, hey, you can turn a losing system into a winner, but clearly you can by inverting the trade. Okay, so it'll take the exact same trade, it will exit at the same price, and everything will be the same. The difference is it flipped the direction in the lot size, and in that case it was able to make a profit. That's all it did. It kept your strategy the same. Just when it flips trades and changes the lot size, it can have a huge effect. Okay, so what is Risk Hero? Okay, most of you are familiar with this if you've attended the recent webinars and the Forex Weekly sessions, but and I've showed you a little bit about it now. It's a free trading tool and platform. Informer it's got a lot of other tools and features on it. But today we've talked about the Risk Hero feature, and it determines the best times to increase or decrease your risk. And hopefully that's going to put more profit in your account. We've done hundreds of such simulations on accounts and found that 83% of the accounts, it was able to turn them into a profitable account, into making money. So that's pretty good, a pretty good turnaround. I mean, we can't make everybody's system work. That's why we built a simulator, so you can test and make sure it's going to work for you. But there's a very good chance it can be with an 83% success rate. So if you don't already have this downloaded, actually you can just go to TradeWestForex.com/informer. Bring that back up here. I'll just post that in the chat as well. It's just www.tradewest forex.com/informer. That will get you the tool downloaded. And as soon as you download it and you get logged in, it'll have you create an account so you can add Risk Hero. It's all free to set up. It's going to ask you to create or to add a trading account for Risk Hero. Go ahead and do that, and you can start testing it out. Just add your current accounts. Run the simulator and see if it can turn things around. So I'm going to bring it up really quick before we go into the Q&A and just show you how this kind of works. You'll have all of your accounts added. You know, you can go into add and edit and set them all up in there. But once you get it added, you're going to be able to go down here, select one of your accounts, or select the account you added, and as soon as you select it, it's going to optimize. It might take 20 seconds or so, and then it's going to show you your track record against Risk Hero. Okay, so when you first add it, it's just going to show you your account. All you've got to do is hit Show Risk Hero, and like I say, it'll go run the optimization and show you. There you go. There's the best settings to use. And clearly it made me a lot more money on this system. This system was already a winning system at 64%, but it turned it into a 320% gain. Okay, and then I can show you a losing system into a winner. Let's see. Let me see if I can run one here. I've already showed you this one, but there you go. There's that example. There's your system going into a drawdown of 30% and losing at the end of the day. This turned into a profit. Profit factor was improved. Everything was improved overall. So anyways, go ahead and get it downloaded. Try it out. If you've already got the tool downloaded, just go down up here to add or edit an account, add account, put in the details, and then you'll see the account listed in the performance analysis. Click performance analysis, and there you go. Pretty easy to set up. And of course, yes, I've recorded this webinar today. We usually post the replay on our blog on Monday, and we put it on YouTube as well. So look forward to that replay. We also push messages through Informer, so once you get it downloaded, here's the replay from last week. So we just, here's the link. You can go watch or read the post. But I'm going to go ahead and get it wrapped up here, go into the Q&A, because I'm sure there's a lot of questions. So again, there's the link, TradeWestForex.com/informer. Get it downloaded, check it out. And once you're ready to start using it on your account, then you're going to click here to add the Risk Hero feature. We do charge a small monthly fee to use it, and if you want to open an account with one of the brokers we use, we usually waive that fee. But the tool, you can get it all set up. There's lots of other free strategies and features. You can run the simulator before you commit to it, make sure it's going to work for your account, and then go from there and get it set up. All you'll have to do when you want to run it is go up to Add or Edit Account and select the mirror. Let's say I wanted to run, I just ran the simulation on FinFX Demo 1. Well, I would open up my second account, put it in here, so maybe it's Demo 2 like I've done here, and then I would select Demo 1, and that means copy trades from Demo 1 to Demo 2. And then I would just go in here to Custom Risk and put those settings in that it recommended. Okay? Simple as that. Hit Save and you're done. Hit Save, hit OK, and it will start copying trades from your master account to the slave. And your slave will basically become this orange line. Does that make sense? If you have any questions, though, you can always shoot us an email or use the suggestion box. And we're also going to go into the Q&A to help answer any questions now at this time. So hopefully this all made sense. I kind of cruised through it really fast, but it's all pretty straightforward, that if you change your lot size, you can turn any system, you can completely change the way any system looks at the end of the day. And I've proven that. You don't have to have a perfect trading strategy. You can have whatever you have now, possibly take what you have now and make it one of the best systems you'll ever see. A lot of people have great systems that just need a little bit of help with money management, and that's what I'm hoping this can do for your accounts. So get it set up. I'm going to go ahead and go into the Q&A and go over all the questions I'm already seeing coming in.